Yes, I speak 6 languages and about 9 languages that I can understand. It so happened that my dad had passed away in the accident and I was just 9 years of age.
There was a point in your life that again there was a turmoil in your life.
We met with an accident. There was a lady crossing the flyover and Yogesh tried to maneuver and save her, and the car went 5 topples for 100 meters. And,
5 times it toppled over.
yeah. I quit my career at that point in time because I wanted to explore homeschooling for my boys.
Hey, hi, welcome to the show of DocDiaries, Padmashree. It's so nice to have you here.
Hello Preeti, thank you for having me over. It's a pleasure meeting you after a long time.
चलो अपने बारे में कुछ बताओ आप. कौन है पद्मश्री?
I am a person full of energy, full of life, who does not like to sit idle, who likes to explore many things. And I also believe in staying happy and keeping my surroundings happy.
और ये तो हमारी पर्सनल बात हुई. प्रोफेशनली आप क्या करते हो?
Currently, I am on an entrepreneur's journey and I am exploring the art of block printing, and that's where my block printing studio, Rangmudra, came into picture.
Wow. So you are doing block printing. You are
Yes.
creative also.
Yes.
And you are a housewife also.
Yes.
And you have a lovely story. So let's deep dive into your story and let's take you to those memories जो कभी कभी लॉक करके ताले में हम रख देते हैं. ठीक है?
Yes. Yeah.
तो अब हम चलते हैं to your childhood. So tell me Padmashree about, let's go back when you were very, very small. So just tell me, which is the first memory that you remember, be it happy, be it scary, be it मतलब डरावनी टाइप्स वैसी वाली मेमोरी है, या खुशी की भी मेमोरी हो सकती है. क्या थी वो पहली मेमोरी दैट यू रिमेंबर व्हेन यू वर मे बी 3, 4, 5 or 6 years old? Let's keep it till 10 years old. You are around 10 years old now. So tell me.
I am an only child. I'm a single child and the most pampered one in the family. We had a huge joint family back home in a small town in Andhra. And we had an ancestral home from the British times. We had a big bungalow there where the British left behind for us. My great-grandfather was an accountant at the British era. So they left behind this beautiful bungalow for us. So my memories are all my cousins used to come home during summer, and we all used to play together and had loads of fun in that huge campus of us.
So where was this situated? In Andhra Pradesh, you said, right? You told
Yes,
me.
this is a small town called Adoni in Andhra Pradesh. So we had a huge campus which housed all my grandfathers, brothers, and my uncles, my aunts, and we had a railway track passing through our campus, and we as children would go there whenever there is a train, and we would wave at them, and we would literally tell which train comes during what time, and we had loads of fun going around there. Then I remember amongst in this campus there were a lot of factories and oil mill, paper mill, and all these things, and we had a peppermint factory. You remember, you know, those orange color peppermints that we get,
the
the
orange
kidney
drops.
shaped ones.
Orange drops.
Yeah. So we had that, and they used to make these peppermints, and we used to go have them hot and fresh. So that memory is still there in my mind.
Yes, and wow. So that means ancestral house and you being the only girl in the house.
I'm the only child to my parents, and I'm the youngest amongst the biggest joint family that we have had.
So who were you close to? Your dad or your mom at that age?
I was my dad's pet. Mom was more on the stricter side, trying to discipline me. But after dad passed away, mom is my world.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So coming to that memory that you were small, you were going to school there, maybe play school and all. Any memory you remember that has stuck in your mind still, that कि मुझे वो याद है कि कुछ हुआ था मेरे साथ?
Yeah, I remember it vaguely, but mom mostly narrates it to me. So I used to go in the cycle rickshaw to the play school, and this was a rickshaw man who used to take me every day. And it so happened that his house is on the way to my house, and while bringing me back from school, he just parked the rickshaw near his house and went home for something with me seated in the rickshaw. and there was one naughty boy who wanted to try peddling this rickshaw, and in the process of peddling, he dropped me into a gutter which was very next to the road.
Oh my God.
So and this rickshaw man comes back and sees that I'm not there, and he finds that my tiny foot popping out of the gutter. So they lifted me out of the gutter, and I was filled with lot of that slush in my nose, ears and all. So by then mom was running back, thinking, why am I so late, what happened? So on the way she found that the people on the roadside had changed my dress and were trying to wash all the slush off my nose and hands. I still have one of those marks here. So that's how I know that story.
So the first mark in your childhood was that.
Yes.
And then you moved to Chennai for studies, as you told. You went with your family. That is, you had a nuclear family there, right? Your
Yes.
mom, dad, and you. So tell us a little bit about that era where you were in Chennai.
So dad is a businessman, and dad was a businessman, and he had his setup in Chennai, and mom and dad wanted me to get the best of education and the best of foundation back then, and that's the whole purpose of them having a single child, and they wanted to give me the best of education, and they went to Chennai. Mom has some basic touch with Chennai, as she's a Kuchipudi dancer, learnt dance in Chennai, and she's Hema Malini's junior there.
Wow.
So we were, mom and dad stood in the queue in the school, and it was one of the best schools in Chennai, Rosary Matriculation. They stood in the queue from 3 a.m. in the morning, and they got a seat for me. And I was enrolled in the first standard, and I had a beautiful life there. I still am in touch with all those friends from my first standard.
Wow. And there was an incident where you went to the hostel, I think, for एक दिन के लिए.
Yes.
तो क्या था वो?
Since we are from Adoni, and dad and mom wanted to stay together because mom had to handle a lot of things back home. So we had this very good hostel in Rosary Matriculation, Chennai, run by the British nuns, and they wanted me to be in the hostel because one of their friends' daughter also was in the hostel. They enrolled me in the hostel, and they were supposed to go back to Adoni the very next day. Meanwhile, dad wanted to check on me. So dad came along with my maid, got me the fruity Tetra Pak, and sent the maid with the fruity Tetra Pak, telling, give it to her. So and he was not wanting to me to see him there, but I spotted him. And I ran all the way to him, and I told him I do not want to stay here, though it was one of the best hostels there. Then he promised me to come back in the evening and take me. Meanwhile, amongst all this, I had written a letter to them overnight and sent it along with my friend, telling I have a cut in my finger, there is a pus formation in the finger.
All the nataks.
Yeah, all the nataks. And I sent it along with my friend who was my neighbor.
Okay.
So dad and mom came back that evening to the hostel because they also were howling and weeping without me in the house. So they apologized to the teacher, to the sister, and they got back all the money and they took me back home.
So one day at a hostel. So you
One
can
day
say
at a hostel,
proudly
yes.
that you stayed in a hostel.
Yes.
Yes, you mentioned that to me once when we were chatting long time back, that you lost your father at a very early age.
Yes.
So would you like to share that incident? I know it's very emotional, but we would like to know your strength there. How did you cope up there with the loss?
While we were a happy family there, dad visiting us every 15 days once, it so happened in 1990 June that dad left us in Chennai, and he promised me to come back after 10 days and cover my books, school books, because it was the start of the academic year. And meanwhile, on a Sunday, dad always used to call up on a Sunday to a neighbor's house, because back then we did not have phones in every individual house. So we were waiting for his call. And we got a call from my grandfather telling that Sridhar met with an accident, and he wants to see you all. And we were all set to go. We had wonderful neighbors whom I'm still in touch with, who dropped us off to the railway station, and it was just me and mom who traveled from Chennai to Adoni, and like I mentioned earlier, that there is a railway track that passed our campus, and we could see from the train what was happening. There was a huge crowd standing right in front of our house, and by then mom broke down, and it so happened that my dad had passed away in the accident, and I was just 9 years of age.
I'm so sorry for that. At 9 years of age,
Yes.
how did you handle that? Because your mom, there was a whole family there, and your family was comprising of your, uncles and aunts, buas, and so were they there to help you, or were they very indifferent? And how did your mom and you handle that situation?
Mom's and dad's was an intercaste marriage, but still she was the loud bahu of the family, accepted very well by the family. And after dad passed away, they still remain the same till date. She still remains the loud bahu of the family. But somewhere we have to travel the path all by ourselves. So it was just me and mom. The struggle had just started. Till 1 year of dad passing away, we did not know anything, how life was going and how things happened. After that, she's been my hero throughout. There were instances where she would say, "You should not cry, you should not get scared. I know karate, so I'll just
Yes, we'll come to that.
wipe everyone
So,
off."
yeah. So you traveled from you were not in Aduni because you had to complete your education.
Yes.
But unfortunately, even you moved a lot of schools.
Yeah. After dad passed away, since my academic year had just started, my uncle, that's dad's elder brother, Taji, had told us that we will not waste an academic year for you. You guys go back and continue your studies. We will support you guys there. So we went back to Chennai, and my schooling was going on for another 1 year. And later on, I had to move multiple schools because of family situations. Uh, and I had to cope up with languages like Chennai. I was learning Hindi, and there were decisions like we'll go back to Adoni. Then I learned Telugu for 1 week. Then they said no, we'll go back to Ballari. So there I learned Kannada. Then we came to Bangalore. Then Kannada was of use then. So it's multiple languages, and that's where my strength of languages improved.
Yeah, you told me that you know around 6 languages spoken, that you can speak them and you can understand them, and there are around 11, 12 languages that you can understand.
Yes, I speak 6 languages and about 9 languages that I can understand.
Oh, wow. Now, when you were in Bellary, you said that it was a very difficult time for you in Bellary because finally you had to stay with your bua, and because right now there was a lot of financial crunch everywhere.
Yes.
And that time you were around 10 to 11 years old. And how, because your mom being a only breadwinner of the family because of some issues in the family and everything.
Yes.
So how did that incident and that episodes, what happened throughout when you were from 11 years to around 18 years of age, would you throw some light on it?
Yeah, we were staying in my aunt's house, Bua's house. Then me and mom felt that somewhere we have to move out of their house and try to be independent, because as long as we are in someone's shade, we can never come up in life. So the challenges we faced and all that, we wanted to be independent. So we have the very good family friends support. Our family friends were full of Gujaratis and Marwadis back in Bellary. And Ballari is a place where you can have small children as paying guests, like a hostel. So we wanted to explore that path, and we moved a little away and closer to the school areas in Ballari. We had 6 hostel children at home, right from the age group of 3 to 4 years to 8 years. So I was the elder one amongst all these children, mentoring all of them and tutoring all of them. Mom would take care of their basic needs, from sending them to school to their lunch boxes and all. The studies part was taken care of by me back then.
Yeah.
And mom is a very good artist in terms of stitching and stuff. So she would stitch falls, she would do embroidery.
So let's
and
go
all
back
that.
one step, which I think we discussed also, that when you were 11 years old, when you lost your dad, and that time there was a court case also going on because of
Yes.
the accident and everything. So you had, you were right. You told me also that you were making sure that the court case goes, very smoothly, and your mom didn't know a lot of writing to be done, and you being good in the vernacular English language.
Yeah.
So you were writing the diaries for the court.
Yes. Mom, mom was very strong, and she knew the content, but she would not be able to write it down in English grammatically right and all that. So she would explain to me what needs to be written, and I would write down letters to the court and handle the responses back from the court. And
so at 11 years.
At 11 years, yes.
So at 11 years, when a kid is supposed to play all the way and is least bothered about the surroundings, you were in that position that you were taking responsibilities of a lot of things.
Yeah. Did I have a choice? Right.
So you lost. I would say that you didn't enjoy your bachpan, जैसे कहते हैं, but you were more with responsible, and you wanted to take care of your mother.
I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy my bachpan, because I have a lot of friends right from that age who are in touch with me even till date.
Okay.
So bachpan enjoyment was going on parallel to the responsibilities. Yes, responsibilities took the front seat.
Right. And then coming back to the Bellary part, coming back to the hostel that you all made for the small kids and teaching, your mom teaching them and you also teaching them.
Yes.
And simultaneously doing your education. Mm-hmm. So you moved from a girls' school to a co-ed and then to a girls' school. All that transition happened.
Yeah.
In between, the health issues of you and your mom surfaced.
Yeah, I remember while all this was going on and we were still settling in life, mom had an appendicitis attack, and I remember when mom was admitted or hospitalized, the surgery was supposed to take 40 minutes, whereas the surgery took 3.5 hours. It was a very severe surgery because of severe appendicitis rolling around her intestines and pus formation and all that. But I was about 14 to 15 years of age then, waiting out the operation theatre. We had a huge family, everyone was supporting us, but at that point in time, it was just me waiting for her outside the operation theatre, and at that age, I had to sign the consent form for her in the hospital. So that kind of moved me a lot, and mom had well prepared me for any worse situations. She had written down all her FD deposits and all those stuff and explained to me, if anything at all happens to her, where do I go? Whom do I approach?
So at that young, tender age of 15.
Yeah. She has been preparing me mentally for the worst right from a young age.
So, I'm sorry, very emotional aspect right now. Coming back to that, your mom recovered from appendicitis, and you also had the same problem some years down the line.
Yeah, it so happened that even I underwent the same scenario, and I was about 18 years of age when I had an appendicitis attack. But I was thoroughly supported by my school friends. I have 3 Rakhi brothers, so they have taken care of me very well even till date. So they have been my pillars of strength.
Yes,
so during my college days.
It says that when some कहते हैं ना अनहोनी कभी होती है, so there is always a new door which opens to take care of a person. So that is the belief you told me in God also.
Yes.
Emerged that time when your mom was traveling, I think, on a train.
No, she was in a bus.
Okay.
Yeah, it so happened that mom was taking multiple rounds for the court case to a place called Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. That's where my dad met with an accident, and the court case was going on, and mom had to take multiple visits to Kurnool. And since I mentioned that mom had the stomach issues and all, she was sitting in the bus and feeling bad and not very comfortable. There was a lady who came and sat next to my mom, and they just started off with a conversation, and this lady happened to tell my mom, don't worry, everything will be fine. Just keep this photo with you. And she opened her diary and she gave mom one of Shirdi Baba's photos. So that's the day he came to our house, and he's been more than a father to me, supporting me and my mom throughout our journey.
Wow. The belief, increased multiple folds.
Yeah, and we still have his photo framed and we have kept it with us.
Right. I saw that in your...
Yeah.
Okay, coming back there, now you are 18 years old and you are studying, and you are looking forward to your career because you wanted to be also, support to your mother, because she was, doing stitching, even falls, you said, ki sari mein fall lagati thi, your mom,
Yes, yes.
and she's coaching young children and you're making a school. Right now you're living in a rented house.
Mm-hmm.
And you were thinking, no, now I need to take care of my mom because now till now I'm grown up and also that vision you had. So how did you go about it after 18 years? What happened in your life then?
When I was 18, that's where the court was supposed to give me a fixed deposit after I attain major, I become a major, and mom had kept that money for my dowry and for my wedding at that point in time. But I told my mom I wouldn't marry someone who takes dowry from us, and we need to settle in life with a house of our own. So coming from a very royalish family to not staying in a rented house was something which was not very comfortable, or not something that we wanted. So at that point in time, we went ahead with lot of incidents, and the school sister or the principal that I was studying in supported us, and we had a house of our own, and whatever money that mom kept for my wedding was invested in the house.
So you finally got the land and you start building a house.
Yes, I was about I was in the 11th or 12th when I was doing that, and I remember I used to go to day college from 7:30 to 11:30 in the morning. From 11:30 onwards, I would come back and take mom to the site and come back before the school children come back home. So during that construction of the house, I got typhoid 3 times in a year.
Oh my
So
God.
that was the stress we were undergoing.
And were there anyone to support you, or you or your mom only took care of each other?
Moral support has always been there.
Okay.
And we were not people who would ask someone for financial support.
So
We
you both
believed in
managed.
staying independent.
So you both managed with the money that was coming through all these sources, what you said.
Yes, yes.
And you, in your mind, that time, you were ready to say, "Okay, okay, now I want to complete my education and start earning."
Yes.
But-
And dad's last wish was to make me an wanted me to do or be an IAS officer, but then somewhere down the lane that just washed off my mind, and my main aim was to support mom, finish my graduation and support mom. I remember a couple of times even looking at the Navy advertisement and trying to apply for it, but things took a different turn by then.
Yeah. So after, like, building a house, you couldn't even complete your house because of lack of the funds.
Lack of funds, and it was a very beautiful house,
Still
very
there,
cozy. Yes,
Still
yes.
is there.
Very cozy and very classy, I would say. But we could not complete the exteriors of the house, like a compound wall or a railing to the staircase and stuff like that, because we had a financial crunch. We stopped at that and we said, we have 4 walls with a shade on top of our house.
It's our house
It's
now.
our house. We don't have to pay rent to anyone. So we'll complete it when needed.
Wow. And now you're 18 and all these things are on your head, and you went through the biggest struggle of your life, losing a father and going through it with your mother, and traversing the path which you didn't even imagine. When you were small, you were treated like a princess.
Yes.
And then at 18, you had this thought of, "Bhai, chalo, ab main padhai karke, let me get something and earn." But life took a different turn for you, and you became a wife.
Yes. So by then I was 19, and somewhere the family felt that they should start looking for proposals and get me married. I was in the final year of my graduation. I was doing my BSc Computers, and it so happened that Yogesh is my husband. So Yogesh's proposal was the first one that I got, and that was the final one.
But you didn't want to get married at that time because you had other dreams. So why did you agree to even see the proposal?
Like, mom was going through a lot of difficulties, and somewhere I felt she wanted to finish that part of the responsibility, and I didn't want that to be a hindrance. So
you gave up on your dreams.
I wouldn't say give up. I would say I would rather wanted to continue my dreams after marriage.
Okay, so you have had this in clear in mind, whoever I'm going to get married to, and I will continue my education and my dreams, and I'll fulfill that with that person.
Yes.
So that with that thought in mind, you said yes to your mom to go ahead with proposal.
Yes.
So tell us about how you met your husband. He was the first proposal and he was the last.
Yes.
So tell us about any nice incident that you remember that still when you think about it brings a smile to your face.
Like I said, ours is an arranged marriage, and theirs is a huge family, and they came to see me 3 times. So I still bully him, asking him that what made you see me 3 times before agreeing to the marriage. So I still bully him on that, and we did not have a lot of time between the whatever proposal coming to see me to the wedding, and it so
Why was that?
This was in Bellary. That's where we settled after my.
No, why was that you didn't have time for courtship and all that?
Yogesh was in the US.
Okay.
And he had come on a vacation of 2 months, and he wanted the family wanted him to get married by then. And we do have a bit of an age gap, but then we do not feel that. I always feel I'm the elder one.
So you have a big age, with a little bit of an age gap. You said around 8 to 9 years.
Yes.
And that time, didn't you have that thought that I should marry someone only 1 or 2 years elder or a same age as mine? Did you not have that thought?
No, like during my grandparents, my mother's era and all, that was a minimal age gap that people would have, and I gave it a thought this way: probably I am getting married early, and it takes that much of a time for a man to settle down. So when Yogesh asked me that question, we have a bit of an age gap, what do you feel? I said our relationship would go wonderful because you would have more maturity in the age, and probably now I feel I'm the one who bullies him a lot, who troubles him a lot. So he calls me a baby wife.
Nice. So you went to US immediately after your marriage.
Yes.
And mom was here. The first time you left your mom alone here, and you were away from, not alone, you were away from her, but you kept coming and going in between.
Yeah, somewhere in between our conversations with Yogesh, he always promised to take care of me and my mother, which he is already doing, fulfilling all what he had told us and informed us. And I went to the US. I was there for a couple of years while mom was alone here. Her visa was rejected for various reasons. She couldn't join us there. So we decided, even Yogesh's family is back here in their farmhouse, and Yogesh did not want to settle there. So that's the reason we moved back after a couple of years of stay in the US.
Yes, and that was the time that we got a little connected.
Yes,
in Mantri Paradise. Yes. So you moved from US and you came to Pune, where Yogesh got a job, and there was a time in your life, a troubled time, when you had a miscarriage, and then you again conceived. You went through, even in your personal life also, you have gone through a lot of turmoils and all.
Yes.
But then God has been very kind at times, that you're blessed with 2 nice, cute, I would not say cute at this point. When I saw them, they were cute. Now they're very, what do you call, smart kids.
Yes.
So tell me about the journey when you had you conceived the first time. How was that feeling, and how was motherhood later?
We were all very happy with Vedant coming in to our lives.
Elder kid.
That's my elder son Vedant coming into our lives, and he was a very naughty kid, and he kept us occupied all the time. Motherhood was something which was just experienced and cannot be described.
Absolutely, bang on.
Yeah, so the age gap between my boys is 1 year 10 months, and we always had a planned way of having children, because I had to continue my studies after both my kids. So that's how we had both of them with such a small age gap. And when Siddhant was, that's my second one. So when Siddhant was 20 days old, I went and enrolled for my master's in literature, English literature. And I remember the sir there asking me, are you sure you have 2 children, and are you sure you want to enroll for this program? It needs a lot of study time. So I was very certain, and I was waiting for an opportunity to continue my studies. And with the support of Amma and Yogesh, I completed my masters in English literature and stood second in the university, and it was one go. So my now nights were like taking care of Siddhant and studying. So
My God, but you didn't give up on your dreams. नहीं, मुझे तो करना है.
yeah, that was always, it took a back seat, but it had to be finished.
And your husband and your mom were your pillars.
Yes, they have always supported me in whatever I wanted to do.
There's a person in each of our lives, Padmashree, that you feel that even when I close my eyes, the first person I see there, and that person whom tomorrow, if I even commit a murder or I do something wrong or I am, elated to a different level, that is the first person I will think about. That person will not judge me. The person will tell me what is right or wrong, but will be standing by me. So who is that person which we call a soulmate for you?
Yes,
Who is that person?
it's my mom and my husband.
So both, you have two soulmates.
Yes.
Wow.
I know whom to go to at what situation.
Yes, very diplomatic.
Yes.
Okay, let's coming back to our conversations. You started studying. You studied your English literature.
Yeah.
And also you did your HRM, if I remember.
Yeah, I started working after I completed my MA literature. I started my journey as a lecturer teaching English to the PU students.
When the kids were small also.
When the kids were small, I had planned my job in such a way that I would drop kids off to school, go to the college and come back and pick the kids by 12:30 in the afternoon. So I would work only half a day. So it was tough finding such colleges which would accommodate me in that schedule, but I did.
So that means you had 24 hours was less for you.
Yeah, when you look back now, I am not sure how we spent our time, but we have enjoyed every moment with the kids, with just me and Yogesh and just me and mom. We have had our moments together.
Okay, now we are in that stage where the two kids are there. One is in class 1, 3, those age groups. And now let me ask you, at that moment, your kids were closer to you, or you were like a strict mom, or were the kids closer to the dad?
I'm always a strict mom. They call me an angry monster even today. So I focus more on discipline for the kids, but at the same time, I'm their best buddy. They know whom to come to when they need suggestions, they need anything in life.
Okay, so they know which parent to approach. Like you know which person to approach.
Yeah, the father is more of a cool dad who does counsel them, but at the same time gives a go ahead after everything.
At this point, when we are very happy, the two kids are there, you are settled with your mom and your husband, but still there was a point in your life that again there was a turmoil in your life where you had a major accident. I remember because I was there in month 3 also.
Yeah, so the boys were growing, and with both of us working, we wanted some time off for ourselves, and we were traveling a lot. We love to travel. We do a lot of car drives and explore the areas in and around to whichever place we go. But this incident happened when we were visiting our farm in near Ballari. We were coming back from there, and it was on the 8th of April 2011 that we met with an accident. There was a lady crossing the flyover, and Yogesh tried to maneuver and save her, and the car went 5 topples for 100 meters, and all of us seated in the car. It was a very bad one.
5 times it toppled over.
Yeah.
And then it came back.
It stood back. It's our thanks to our stars that day that it stood back. And Sidhu, my younger one, was on me, and I was holding him, else he would have flown out of the car. And on the spot, my husband did have some convulsions, but yeah, I put him straight back because I read somewhere that you're not supposed to have a bent neck during accidents and all that, right? So he had a loss of memory for that particular time, say for about 3 hours or so. But later, touchwood, we are all fine and back on our toes. When I think of that incident, it gets me goosebumps thinking that anything happened to any of us, then we would have been a shattered family.
Absolutely. And how did you recuperate from there? You told that, yeah, you used to travel on the same road also many times.
Yeah, it was a tough 1 year. I would get up in the nights, howl, and cry a lot, telling what pain we have gone through and all that. We did have a lot of injuries and stuff, but we decided not to put a stop to our interests or the car journey. And for the next 1 year, we traveled on the same path back and forth in the night times, so that children come out of that fear of driving in the car. They would be seated holding on to the seats when that particular spot came in. So now also, we every day, every time we travel, we pass through that spot and just remember, but it is just a faded memory now.
So you wanted to get out of the trauma, so you made sure that we travel on that road only.
Yes.
Right. Wow. And where did you learn that? That you should do that? How did it come to your mind? Ki, if I have, because people normally what happens, they don't like to go to that spot wherever the incident and the trauma has happened, because that brings about the memories. So what made you do this?
Yogesh also is a person who's a very determined guy. Like, we have to make it happen, we have to make it happen. So it's somewhere we gel along on those ideas, and we felt, no, this fear we have to run out of.
And when you were back on your feet and you were all now, recuperated mentally and physically, then that moment, I think you must have thanked your God and the stars कि बस अब इससे ज़्यादा मत होना है.
हाँ, वो तो सोचा था पर
But उसके बाद small things happened, but the best thing which happened to you, which I think I would like to tell the users also, that Padmashree, she's one person at those times when our kids were sent to school and they believed in the concept of a kid going to school. She was the only mom who homeschooled her children, right?
Yeah, like I was working as an assistant professor teaching the MBA students, and I quit my career at that point in time because I wanted to explore homeschooling for my boys.
Because why did you want to
There
explore
was no
homeschooling?
holistic learning in schools. That was something which was missing, and they were putting the children to rut those answers and come up and vomit back in the exam and stuff like that. So, and they did not have time for themselves to explore the artistic side of a child and things like that. So both my boys are drummers, so they had taken up drumming as their hobby and sports. Both of them play cricket and basketball.
So how did you go about homeschooling that time? I think the atmosphere was such that no one was ready. You were one of the few moms who took that step. And did your family agree? And can you tell us about the process ki kaise hua homeschooling, and how did your kids, because I think the elder one was in class 5 and the younger was in 3.
4.
4.
Yeah.
And then you just moved them out of the normal school and you did homeschooling. So
Yeah.
Can you just detail about that?
While I was exploring homeschooling, I always believed in Robert Frost, The Path Less Traveled. So I think all of us are in a mindset of just traveling the path that others travel and have a fear of exploring the other path which is not traveled. So I tried and explored homeschooling, did my various studies on it. It took me 6 months to come up with a solid, path that we could choose. So I convinced my husband and my mother, and I told them, at 16 years of age, if you're not writing your 10th, so what? You write at 17. Is anyone asking you whether you're 16, you wrote your 10th in 16 or in 17? Fine, let's just take it up and see where we travel. So it so happened that we took up Cambridge curriculum for both my boys. So both of them did their Cambridge curriculum, but certification point of view, they had to give NIOS, that's the National Institute of Open Schooling.
And how did, in the morning, like normally kids get up, get dressed, mom is cooking the tiffin and all. Now, there was nothing like that in your house. So how did the discipline happen that, yes, I have to study? Because there was no online also. You were given books that you have to do, and there were no exams at the end of the year.
Yes.
You had to just give the final 10th sort of a thing.
Yeah.
So every year, how did the kids study by themselves, and how did you, after leaving your job, discipline them?
Like I told you, I've always been the more disciplined mom, or the person who believes in putting things right from the day one.
Right.
So we never had a day that started late.
Okay.
We would always wake up early. All of us go to the workout or walking from a very early age. So children started cycling and things like that. So that time was spent like that, and then by 9:30 they would start their academic classes and try to study on their own while I'm monitoring them and things like that up to noon 12:30. Then they had a break of 1.5 hours. Then they come back and do their activities in languages. So from 4 o'clock onwards it was their time.
Okay.
They would enjoy going out and playing and
So it
practicing
was
their
just like
drums
school, but at home.
at home. And we focused more on self studies. Self study as in no one is teaching them. You read and you understand. And in case you have a doubt, you come back to me. That was the concept we followed, which is helping them a lot today.
Okay. Yes. When you said that helping them a lot, I remember you telling an incident that your younger one went for his, I think, interview, and they asked a detail about homeschooling. They were very intrigued by that.
Yeah, my elder one is giving his interviews for his masters
elder
now.
one, yeah.
He's giving his interviews for his masters right now. So a lot of colleges coming up and asking him, why homeschooling? How was your homeschooling journey? So he finds it very interesting to narrate it to them.
So as a mother,
And during this homeschooling journey, we also traveled abroad. We went to London and stayed there for a brief amount of time. That's where, since both the boys were doing their Cambridge, they did their history from the UK history, and they planned our travel in and out of UK in such a way that they know the places and what are the places they wanted to visit and things.
So after your boys did homeschooling and after you took this bold step, did many moms approach you and said, I also want to do homeschooling?
Yeah, a lot of moms do approach me even today asking me for help on homeschooling. I have helped and counseled many moms for the NIOS program in homeschooling. I've given a couple of talk shows and stuff like that. So now that my boys are grown up, things are changing, and I have another baby to take care of, which is Rangmudra. So my time on that is a little less.
So you, what would you advise new moms or kids who are in class 4, 5, because now the curriculum is the same, the thought process is the same in India.
Yeah.
That okay, rato, exam do. So what would you advise these moms, that you should go for homeschooling or you should carry on with the normal schooling?
It depends from parent to parent if they have time for the children and whether they can really sit with the child and all that. But I insist, let the child go to school for the first initial few years. Later on, when it comes to focusing on studies or doing what they want, say by about 5th or 6th standard, they'll be able to decide as to which path they want to travel. So you can definitely explore homeschooling.
So you are a big advocate of homeschooling.
Yeah. I wouldn't say advocate. Yeah, it worked for us.
Right. Okay. बहुत heavy हो गया ना कहानी आनी. Let's now deep dive into something very exciting.
Yes.
You are a travel fan. You are a Bollywood fan. You are a music fan and dance. Music गाती नहीं हो, but you like to listen to music.
Yeah.
And you are a
Baker.
artist and a baker. A lot of things. So I'm going to ask you some questions we have for you from Bollywood, which will give you the spirit of Bollywood, and you need to answer that question according to your hobbies.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, Padmashree, let's start some Bollywood masala.
Yes.
Right? Okay. First question for you. We'll talk about your paintings and rangoli type, okay? So you're going to relate it with Bollywood. Which Bollywood movie do you think best showcases the act of painting with the art form itself playing a significant role in the plot or visual design? Okay, the options are A. Guzarish, that is, it focuses on artistic expression, thoughts and dresses. B. Khamoshi, role of art which cannot be said. Third is Rang De Basanti, where laughter is as a tool for the art. D. Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, where it's showcasing one's love in the form of art.
I would go with the last two, Rang De Basanti and Ye Jawani Hai Diwani.
Cool. Nice. The answer is C, but yes, you are on the right track. Number 2. Which Bollywood movie, again on the art basis, portrays the art of Rangoli most prominent as a key part of its cultural representation? Number 1, Hum Saath Saath Hai. Number 2,
Too dramatic.
Okay, let me complete. Number 2, Viva. Number 3, Prem Ratan Dhan Payo. You have seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
Or,
that's
I
Salman
vaguely
Khan
remember.
movie.
Yeah.
The Salman Khan. D, Baghban.
Can I skip this?
Okay, but guess.
It's
Art of Rangoli more prominent as a part of its cultural representation. जैसे पूरी पिक्चर में जहाँ रंगोली as a used as जैसे विवाह देखिए.
probably हम साथ साथ हैं.
Yeah, that is the right answer. You have hit upon it. That's by fluke, right?
Yes, it's by fluke.
Right. So, okay, coming to the third one. Which Bollywood movie features cooking most prominently with food playing a central role in the story? A. Chini Kam. B. The Lunchbox. C. Purani picture, Bawarchi. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
And D. Dawat-e-Ishq.
I would choose Lunchbox.
Favorite. Yes, you're right. Bang on track. 3 out of 3.
Okay.
Number 4. Which Bollywood movie captures the essence of close-knit family, portraying dynamics of love and shared moments with the family? This is all about family because you are a family person. So that's why this question. A. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. B. Kapoor and Sons. C. Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. D. Dil Dhadakne Do.
I would choose हम आपके हैं कौन.
Favorite अपने time का movie. Yes. Number 5. Which Bollywood movie effectively highlights social issues which you normally are in favor of, and you are doing that? We'll come to that later. And the spirit of helping people using the power of narrative to make a difference. Number A, Padman. Number B, Toilet Ek Prem Katha. Number C, Article 15. Number D, Swadesh.
But go with Swadesh, which is more practical and involving
people.
Yeah.
Right. So there is no right or wrong in this. It is a personal question.
Yes.
Okay. Now let us come to some, rapid fire round. I will give you 30 seconds. In those 30 seconds, you have to answer fatafat without thinking.
Okay.
Use your brains, but don't use your brains.
Okay.
Number 1, one word that describes you.
My name.
Your favorite food.
Anything cheesy.
Bollywood personality that has inspired you.
No.
Okay. A moment that you live by, or a phrase that you live by.
Travel the path less traveled.
Your soulmate.
My husband and my mom.
The thing you can't leave your house without.
Of late, it's become the mobile.
Family or work.
Currently, I have spent enough time on the family, so now it's work.
Your biggest strength.
My family.
Your true love.
My family.
The last thing that you do before going to bed.
See my mobile.
Thank you. You have completed everything in 30 seconds.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. For that, you will get some gift, but not now.
Okay, looking forward to.
Yes. Okay. Now, we had a nice light moment right now with the little Bollywood according to your hobbies. Now, let's get back to the inspiration part of it. Let's talk about your inspiration. Now, your inspiration was always that you wanted to be an independent, help your husband, and build something of your own, so that tomorrow when you look back and you'll be proud of it. So that inspiration came into existence in the form of Rangmudra.
Yes.
So can you throw light on that?
Yeah. While the family was all growing and we were part of it, I tried my hand on storytelling. I used to storytell for the senior citizens. Then I used to I've trained cops. We had gotten approval from the DCP South. Like, why corporate games or fun games only for the corporates? So let's have some team building games for the cops. They are stressed out all the time, so let them have fun together.
Soft skills training
For the cops. So I had an approval from the DCP South, and we gathered a few traffic policemen. Then we gathered cops across police stations, and we did train them for team building events and soft skills.
How was it?
It was fun. You'll not believe, Preeti, the amount of enjoyment they got in that 2 hours. They were telling me, "Ma'am, we are stressed out. So why don't you come back on every Sunday or every Saturday?" So it went on well, but they are so immersed in their duty, and chasing them and getting them together was a
A
tough
big
task.
task. Yeah.
Yes.
And you had told me also that is some days ago, that you were driving through the traffic and one of the people whom you trained.
Yeah, it feels nice when they connect with you. And while I was driving in the traffic signal, one of the cops whom I worked with wished me with a salute, and I had to nod my head and drive away. So
Wow. And so how did Rangmudra came into existence, and what does Rangmudra mean?
yeah, like I have mentioned to you, I have always been an artistic person, and it's all in my blood from my mother. So I paint. I have painted a lot of walls during COVID times. So and then I started painting on canvas, and block printing was something which I always wanted to explore. So
Okay.
that's where I traveled to Jaipur. I identified a studio. Like again, I did my research on block printing,
Okay.
like just like homeschooling. So
But why block printing? The interest was there, or you could have done any type of painting, because you've painted a lot of things.
Yeah, like me and mom have always been fascinated about our clothes and the way we wear things, and people say you wear unique stuff and your designs are good. So we were always towards that. So I thought, why not block printing? Just go and explore. I went there, and I really liked the art. And I approached my partner, who's my partner right now. It's Jeremy. He stays in the US, and he's been here in India for 8 years, and he tried to form a community for this cheapas. Cheapas are the block printers. Cheapas, so
Okay.
block printers. And when we spoke, a lot of our ideas and thoughts matched. And he said he will support me and I should go ahead with it. So it just happened in a matter of 2 months. Everything was put into place. And while we were thinking of the name Rangu came into my mind. Rangu is more of a Kannada word, which is a color.
Right.
So I wanted something related to color. So while me and Yogesh were discussing, various names came across, and I said Mudra is more of a Sanskrit name. Mudra as in print. So Rang as in color. So Rang Mudra. So, and it is more understood by people from all languages and all states. So, and I asked my family, my sons and my mother, if Rangmudra was sounding good. They said it is very nice and I should go ahead with it.
Okay.
So, and the logo of Rangmudra is a lotus. So lotus with a Shri in it. So that stands for my name, Padma as in lotus, and Shri inside it. So it's Padmashree's Rangmudra.
Wow.
So this was designed by my son and my husband.
All are artistic in your house. So now then you went ahead and you started this whole business at your home, or did you take a separate place for that?
No, I was looking for a place. Like we did have an idea of starting it at home, but I know when you start it at home, somewhere it takes a back seat.
Yes.
You will not have that dedication. So we wanted a space outside, and it so happened that I found this place in Shankara Foundation, which is more an art hub and a traditional hub for all such activities. So that's where I found a place, and it was a perfect place for me.
So what do you guys do at Rangmudra? क्या क्या करते हो? मतलब start from the basic कि आप अपने आप print करते हो, सिखाते हो लोगों को. What do you do?
So Rangmudra is a block printing studio, workshop, experience center, and a production unit. Customized production unit is what we say.
Okay.
So people can come and experience the art of block printing by printing on their own fabrics.
अपना कपड़ा लेके आओ,
अपना-
print करो, ले जाओ.
Yeah.
Oh.
And trust me, from a doctor's point of view, block printing is a stress buster. And the music we play in Rangmudra, we play a very retro-ish music. The Vivid Bharati is on all the time because I cannot work without Bollywood old songs. So it's always on the time. So I have had people who come there and tell me that we are going to come back here time and again because that's the feel, and we are totally de-stressed.
Wow.
So
you have people from different walks of life, that is young, old,
yes,
and different professions also.
there was a workshop that we have had from 4 years of age group to 84 of years of age group in one workshop. So it was an amazing workshop that we had. And we also focus on sustainability. When you say you can bring your clothes and print it, like suppose your mom's sari which is stained, not used, bored of using, so come and give it to us, we upcycle it for you. So those days,
show us some of your products. I think
Yes.
it's here only. Yes. So let's see some what Rangmudra actually is doing.
See, this is a 15-year-old sari. So I was bored of wearing the plain sari, so that's why we printed it with very different prints. These are the Pichwai prints on the
Wow.
Mysore silk sari. This is the Kanjivaram sari. So we take plain Kanjivaram saris and we have printed it this way.
And you do it for all the guests, whoever comes with their sari and they want it refurbished also.
Yeah, we do refurbished. We do have on the new saris, on the materials they choose.
Wow.
So, and currently we are exploring the furnishings, the bed sheets. You should take a look at our bed sheets, which are very unique.
Right.
So these are the designer bed sheets that we have been printing.
Oh, wow. What colors do you use here? So bright and...
These are all azo-free colors.
Okay. Wow, very pretty. Very nice.
So this is the huppu.
Ah, nice. Very, very pretty.
Yeah, and at Rangmudra, we have started exploring the men's collection and the eco printing collection. So when you asked me what is eco printing, we print with leaves, flowers. So we have a process. We pre-treat the fabric and then we place these leaves, flowers on the fabric and then we hammer them and steam them.
Oh,
like
you have got some, to show us also. Wow.
You can see this is a t-shirt with marigold flowers on it. So
these are real marigold flowers.
These are real marigold flowers. And then you can see this. This is a beautiful print on a linen fabric. You must have heard of silver oak leaves.
Yes. Wow.
Absolutely no color used in this.
And doesn't this fade away?
No. It's a mild wash. You cannot say you'll brush on it or you will use harsh detergents on it. Okay. So it's mild wash with a shaded dry. And we have tried and tested.
Wow, so pretty.
So this is all natural.
Okay. And this, whatever you are doing right now, that means you are putting it on, it is for people to take away and you have a showroom or something like that, or you're putting it on any e-commerce platform?
Currently, we are doing it for as a customized order for people, whoever we ask for it. And very soon, we plan to go retail on our website, Rangmudra.
Wow.
So these are the men's collections. Very different ones. You will not find them anywhere. And this is an eco-printed shirt.
Oh.
You can see this is a mint leaf.
This is leaf, yeah.
This is a mint leaf. This is the croton which is there in everyone's house. So this is one.
So why did the idea of men's collection with a block printing cave?
I have 3 men at home. So they are like, why only girls? Why only women? So you need to come. So we design our blocks in such a way that we can use it for all purposes. So we design our blocks and give it to the block makers in Jaipur and Farrukhabad.
Okay.
So all our blocks are made of teak wood and they come from Jaipur and Farrukhabad.
Wow.
So you can see this.
They're so pretty. And these are azo dyes.
These are azo dyes. They're certified. We do have the certificate with us.
Okay.
And this is something, we call this as a mooch man kurti.
Mooch man. Mooch hanky.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
how did your men in the family take it? They were very happy?
They were very happy. And they designed the shirts. They asked me to print with these colors, with which blocks I need to print.
So how many people are there who are working on this block printing, or are you doing it alone by yourself?
We have school dropouts who are my helpers currently.
Why school dropouts? That means you are going for the social initiative somewhere.
Yes, we are going for the social initiative, trying to support people. Like we have Rahul and Afreen working with us currently. He was a school dropout, and we said we will channelize your energy in art form. And she has had issues with her family on the family front, and she's from a small town in Andhra, and she came all the way to Bangalore to learn something. And we try to channelize their energy. And today they are our master printers.
Wow.
Like while I'm here, they're printing something different there. So they have promised and assured me that they will take care of the studio even in my absence. So
That's great.
and their families are very happy with them working with us
And not doing notorious things.
not doing notorious things and channelizing their energy,
Energy.
basically. So we have taught block printing to rural women as well.
Okay.
And I have trained someone who is mute and deaf.
Oh.
And currently we are having a session for autistic neurodiverse kids who come and explore the art of block
Is
printing.
it difficult for them to teach them or something like that?
Neurodiverse kids are always good at art.
Yes, they are.
Right, so the motor skills and all that really help them out. So
Okay.
we are currently working on that, and
So they enjoy it.
they enjoy it. They look forward to come.
And I also remember you telling me that you have been called by the Air Force or
Yeah, we were found on Google by the Air Marshal staff, and we did have a meeting with the Air Marshal's wife, who takes care of the social welfare of the martyrs' wives and the Air Force families. And they wanted us to train the martyrs' wives and set up a block printing studio within their campus. The talks are still on.
My God, you are doing different. You are even, putting beauty in chaos. You are also going towards the social initiative.
Yeah, Rangmudra is a socio-economy model that we are focusing on.
Okay.
So it's not just for profits, but at the same time, we want people to learn the art, and if they can make a livelihood.
Wow, you're doing an amazing job, Padmashree. What would you like telling our audience about Rangmudra?
Come to Rangmudra and experience the art of block printing. Feel the joy of printing on your own fabrics. The feeling is entirely different.
Yes, it was very, very exciting to hear about Rangmudra and your journey, Padmashree. So I have one question which is lingering in my mind. What advice? Now you are very matured and you have gone through so many hardships, but you have emerged a winner. And you prove that saying, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So, what advice would you like to give the younger generations of today?
I wouldn't say I've emerged as a success, but I'm still traveling that path. If I am able to help more people and spread this art of block printing, then I would call myself successful. But my advice to the generation is stay focused, try traveling the path less traveled, speak your mind, and live through your heart.
Wow, that was really nice and touching. And I would say that yes, you sat with us for more than half an hour and you opened up to us about your journey, which must be a little tough for you because to go through those parts, happy, sad, and some, nice moments what you shared with us with your husband, with your kids.
I must say it's a big thank you to you for rekindling those memories that I have. You're doing a great job. Yes.
For this, I would like to present to you a small memento from DocDiaries for you.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Thank
And
you.
a small token for anyone who comes on our show, who have made this far, who have come all the way from your home and been a part of this show. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we have something for you from Rangmudra.
Oh, wow. And
Might not
definitely,
looks very fancy, but we try to go eco-friendly without any plastic wrapping. So it's a fabric wrapping, and I would want you to open this for us.
Okay. Right. My God, thank you so much, but this was not needed. But wow. And yes, I will definitely come and attend your workshop.
Yes, looking forward to.
Wow. It's
So this is a dupatta that you should be wearing. It goes well with your black suit.
Oh, wow. This
And
is
that's a table runner.
table runner. Wow, that's so pretty. Thank you so much, Padmashree. And yes, I would also like to tell the users that please attend Rangmudra's workshop, see how it is done, and a big, big, big thank you, Padmashree, for coming on Doc Diaries.
Thank you so much, Preeti, for having me over. It was a nice session with you.
Same here. Thank you.